Hello, hello. Hey guys. How are y'all today, tonight? Yeah, it's nighttime, right? So, listen here. This is what I want to talk to y'all about life and death. Do me a favor though. Put a comment in the chat and just say hello, Rosalind. Tell me where you're watching from, and tag some friends in this because this is something that so many people need to hear. So many people need to hear this, not because it's just random information, but it's something that is life and death situation. Okay, guys, so go ahead and put a comment in there and let me know that you're there. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I know you guys have been seeing a lot of me lately. You've been seeing a lot of me talking to different people, people who are um, needing extra money, people who need to improve their health or did improve their health, and they have a health testimony, right? So the thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is this: is it a life or death situation? And if it is, you need to act now. You need to act now. I hate to be the one that I hate to be the one with the I hate to be the barrier of bad news, but at some point in time, somebody's got to tell you, okay? Somebody has to tell you that a lot of things that we're allowing ourselves to go through health wise, it's not good. It's just not good. And it's not going to benefit us later. It's actually going to make things worse later. Because that's what I did. I kept putting my health off. I kept putting everything off. It was basically for myself, it was everybody before me. Everybody, can y'all put that in the chat? Everybody before me. Because I'm a mom of four with a husband, and I put everybody before me. Okay. And what I mean by that is simple. Somebody needed something, I'm going to take care of them first. If somebody was sick, I'm going to take them to the doctor first. If somebody needed their back rub, I'm going to take care of them before me. If they needed a hairdo, they're going to get their hair done before me. Whatever it was that my family needed, I took care of them first. Everybody before me. Everybody. Exactly. So I want you guys to just pay attention today because I want you to I don't want you to leave here with just information. I want you to leave here with a decision. And today, you've got to make a decision what it is you're going to be doing. Let me ask you something. Listen, where your health is right now, where your health is right now, is it a life or is it closer to death? Because we're not getting younger, we're getting older. That's the first thing. But the second thing is this: is our health to the point to where it's in good condition or is it in failing condition? Because if we're in failing condition, that means it's simple. It's simple to answer. And what's the answer? You're closer to death. That's because you don't want to do what's necessary to get your body back the way it's supposed to be. How long have you been on that blood pressure medicine? How long have you been giving yourself shots with the insulin? How long have you been running around here with high cholesterol? How long have you been running around here with whatever the situation is that you've been dealing with? How long have you been obese? How long? Tell me in the chat how long, because like I said, this is when you leave here, you leave with a decision. Is your decision life or is your decision death? Like I said, which one? Because if you've been running around here with all these warnings and warning signs, that means you running. Which one? If you're running around here with high blood pressure, we're looking at we're looking at liver failure, we're looking at kidney failure, we're looking at congestive heart failure. All of these different things we are choosing to ignore because we'd rather go out and buy some new shoes. We'd rather go out and buy a new dress. We'd rather go out. Honestly, some people would say, just, you know what, I got to get a new car this weekend. I get it. But can you put just a couple of dollars to the side? Because it's life or death. It's life or death. And what a lot of people don't realize is as soon as you go to the doctor, because you keep putting it off, you keep putting it off, and you keep putting it off, and you keep putting it off. You're putting it off so long to when you go to the doctor, like I did. They say, Miss Hall, and I said, yes. They said, you're not going home. And I'm like, what do you mean? We're admitting you into the hospital. What you mean you're admitting me into the hospital? I just came up here for some tests. I just came up in here for some tests. Test. Not I came up here so you could put me in the hospital. I came up here for some tests. But no, they said, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. We're gonna put you in the hospital because your body is actually trying its best to have a heart attack. Your body is trying its best to stop your heart. So you tell me where you at? You life or death? Which one? You gotta choose one. Either you gonna live or you living to die. You gotta choose one. And I know that sounds really, really harsh, but I want you to learn something. Oh, why is this light on? I want you to understand something. I want you to understand this. There are things that you can do on a daily basis to get yourself to a healthy state. But we don't want to do that. We want to just keep on doing what we're doing. I don't want to do that. I just want to be happy. You can be happy all the way to the grave. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'd rather spend my money on stuff that I like. I'd rather spend my money on a new car. You can do that. I mean, people die in cars all the time. You can do that. That's fine. Oh, well, what I want to do is what I want to do is I want to travel all around the world. Me too. Me too. Me too. But guess what? People travel and die while they're traveling. So we have to decide, what are we going to do? Is this life or death? We got to decide. It's hard. Listen, no, the night is hard, ain't it? Oh, it's hard tonight. You probably like, I don't really want to listen to her talk about death. I don't want to listen to her talk about that. But at the end of the day, we get to choose. When we're alive, we get to choose. We get to choose. Do we do what's necessary to improve our health? Or do we just keep on doing what we're doing and let it keep getting worse? We got a choice. So, like I said, when you leave here tonight, you're gonna have a choice. You're gonna have either you living or you death. That's what you either choose that life or you choose death. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna tell y'all how death was right at my door. It was right at my door. It was at the foot of my bed. It was standing right there, right beside me. And I was at the hospital and I'm telling the doctor, hey, this is what I was feeling. This is this, that, and the other. I was, I had heartburn, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And once everything was all said and done, a doctor said, well, look here, hey, as long as you stay alive, as long as you don't die, we're going to do the surgery on Wednesday morning. I said, okay, cool. So all I had to do was keep manifesting. I'm going to be alive. I'm going to be alive because I wasn't even begging God to keep me alive. I was telling God, I'm so happy and grateful. I am, Lord, when I get home, I'm telling him what I'm gonna do when I get home. At that time, I didn't know about the happy and grateful. All I know is I was telling him, look, this is what we're gonna do when we get home. So I gotta make it home. I gotta make it home, right? So here I am. So here I am that Wednesday morning. Time to go down for surgery. No problem. Go down there. I have my surgery. There's my scar. Go down there and I have this surgery. Keep in mind, I'm 242 pounds, way overweight. I'm obese, obese. A size 22. Oh, I'm big. I'm big. And they tell me, they said, listen, what you need to do is you need to take these 5 pills every single day. And I asked him, I said, how long I gotta drink? How long do I take these pills? He said, for the rest of your life. I'm like, I don't want to take pills for the rest of my life. But you know what? I'm glad I'm alive because, like I said, death was like right there knocking. So anyway, a couple of years go by and I start experiencing, and I'm just taking the medication. I I made small changes to what I was eating, small changes. And I'm gonna be honest, I've always loved vegetables. I've always loved fruit. But the thing was, everything wasn't always convenient, right? So it was picking up here and picking up there and eating out here and eating out there, right? And thinking that, everything was okay. There is no healthier, I don't know why people think that what you call it, Chick-fil-A is a healthier alternative. It is not a healthier alternative. The same things that are in that stuff is the same stuff in the other stuff. Okay. So here we are, just I'm just still making all these bad choices with the food. And now all of a sudden something hits me. And I had a friend that said, look, I know of this lady has this drink and people are drinking it and they're coming off of their medication. I'm like, oh wow. And then they said, and they're also losing weight. I'm like, what? You who losing weight? Who's losing weight, y'all? So now it's like, okay, they're losing weight. Okay, so people are losing weight on this drink and coming off your medication. And I'm like, wait a minute, because first of all, I just had this open heart surgery and I've never been on any type of medication ever, ever, ever. And now all of a sudden, I'm on medication for my open heart surgery. 5 pills, 4 for blood pressure. You could just imagine. Can you even imagine taking 4? But I ain't got but one heart. Why so many medications? And one for cholesterol. I said, okay, all right. So I go and I go and I go with these friends and I'm like, okay, let's do it. We go up in there and we're talking and the lady is telling us all these different things. She's talking about her dad. She's talking about her um she was telling us about her dad, her mom, her aunt. She even told us about her because here's the thing, and I this was something that a misconception, I guess. I was thinking that small people, small frame people cannot have diabetes. I was so dumbfounded when I found out that she was not only did she dealt with it, but not but the other thing was that she also did not have the symptoms anymore because she was drinking that drink. I'm like, what in the world? So anyway, to make a long story short, she tells us about, and this is really what got me. Her stepfather was he was diabetic, and they told him if you don't get yourself together, that his kidneys were so bad he was going to have to um go in for the what do you call it, the um dialysis, right? So he ended up not having to do it because his numbers reversed. And he ended up living a very good life and, blah, 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 all this, right? So everything was all good. So I'm like, okay, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try it. I'm going to give this my all. But Yes, this is the thing. So the lady said, okay, the meeting is over or whatnot. And then she says, look, I'm getting ready to, how much do you want? And honestly, I should have got enough for 6 months, but I didn't have enough money for 6 months. All I had was $20. I went in there with $20 and I left that $20 with her and I got me one drink. I got me one pack of this right here, one pack of the drink to shrink. I'm like, okay, this has got to. I've got to be able to see some type of difference soon. So you know how we are. We're living in this microwave society. Everything we want fast. Everything is instant gratification. When I tell you that I lost 6 pounds that first week, 6 pounds, 6.7 pounds that first week, right? Well, see, I ain't tell you that. I didn't even tell you this part. I didn't tell you that I was going back down that same road that I had, that got me, um, that where I had the open heart surgery to begin with. I didn't even tell you that part, right? I'm telling you, I had started back, even on all this medication, even after the surgery. I start back. I start with. I'm continuing with my addiction to Snicker, my addiction to Pepsi, my addiction to the Lay's potato chips, and addiction to the fudge rounds. Anybody know? Does any? Am I the only one with um addictions to food? So I can't be. I'm. Am I? I'm gonna just leave that out there. So here I am. Look, this is about life and death. And what was I doing? Setting myself up for death. That's all I was doing. Setting myself up for death. And I was like, okay, okay, you got to do something. I start drinking this, right? I start drinking this. Y'all, why on the third day of me drinking this drink, all of the cravings for the candy, for the soda, for the fudge rounds, for the potato chips goes away? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I would have kept eating that the same way that I was eating it before, I was gonna end up right back in the same place. And you know what? I'm not saying I may not have even made it out. I may have even if God is so merciful. That's all I can say. He is merciful. He is merciful and he gives grace even when we don't deserve it. But y'all, he protected me I did not have to go back again. Every time I went back to my cardiologist, everything was clean. Every time I went to the doctor, everything was clean. And what I'm telling you is this. I can't tell you what really would have happened to me had I not started. But I know how it started. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know what would have happened if I would have kept on, but I do know what happened when I started. And when I started eating that way, and I kept those bad habits up, it was it was just everything was going downhill. And it was basic. It was just very, very clear to me. Either I was gonna live, I was gonna have life, or it was gonna be death for me. And I was 38 years old. 38 years old. Us mamas out here running around here, at home moms. How many at home moms? How many of you are at home moms? At home moms, and you're at home doing everything for everybody else. You're gaining this weight, mama. Don't ignore it. You're gaining this weight, mama. You're eating any and everything when you go back into the kitchen. I was doing the same thing because can I tell you something? I was an at home mom when I went through that. At home mom. I was 38 years old. I was an at home mama. I was always at the PTA meeting. I was on the PTA board. I was over the book club. I was at the school every morning at 7:30 for the it was a reading club. Every morning at 7:30. we'd go in and we open up the room and we would read with the children. At home mamas, let me tell you something. I know and I get it. You want to do everything that you can for your kids. You want to do everything you can for your family because you feel responsible, because it's the right thing to do, right? You want to put the kids over yourself. I did the same thing, but it's the wrong thing. The only one that can't take care of itself, even when they can't take care of themselves, it doesn't mean ignore yourself because you still have to take care of yourself. Do you take showers? Yes. Okay. Do you actually feed yourself when you go to the kitchen? You do. What makes you think that your health is any less than theirs? Because if I would have died, my kids would have been 10th grade, 10th grade, 8th grade, kindergarten, and Wesley was 2 years old. Wesley was 3 years old. 3 years old. My my youngest two wouldn't have even remembered who I was. Mama who? I don't remember mama. Can you imagine the void that those kids would have had growing up? And you cannot put you can no matter how much people love kids, you can't fill that void. And I know you can't fill that void. I grew up without a father. You can't fill a void like that. You just can't. It's just a hole. It's just a hole. And I'm saying what I'm saying is I didn't grow up with my biological father. I had a stepdad. I had a stepdad, but he was not the best. He was not the best, but that's not why I'm on here. So you kind of, and you know what? That's a whole different story. We are not going to be talking about that tonight, Rosalind. We are not going to talk about that. But mommies, I am talking to you right now, at home mothers. We have done enough, and we have done it too long. Stop ignoring your health. Stop ignoring your health. At home mamas, I'm talking to you right now. Stop ignoring your health. I was 38 when it happened. But let me tell you something. I wasn't 38 when all that crap started clogging up my arteries. Okay? So, what I want to do real quick is I want to show you guys and tell you guys about what it is that I've been using over the past couple of weeks. I'm sorry, over the past couple of months. So I've gone from a size 22 down to a 10. Yay, me. But also, I'm on a health journey to get myself down to a size 8, which is right at 175, so that I can talk to my doctor about getting off of my medication. Yes, I was on 5. I'm now only on 2. Thank God, because of the drink to shrink. That's how exactly how I got off of those first 3. And now my focus is to get off the rest of the medication. So what I want to show y'all is this, since y'all guys on Instagram, I'm so sorry you won't be able to see, but I'm gonna tell you all about it. I wish I could, but I do want you guys to just follow along with me. So the thing that I really want us to just keep in mind is we do have a choice. We have a choice to improve our health, and we get to decide when we start. Right? We get to decide when we start. And at the end of the night, when you go to bed, you want to be able to say, Rosalind, you did your best today. Rosalind, you did absolutely everything that you needed to do so that you would be healthy, so that you will be around for a very long time for your children. And that's the whole thing of it. Because, like I said, and we hear of stories all the time where kids are mistreated, and they really are. They're mistreated because somebody didn't, it wasn't their child. That just wasn't their child. So I want to tell you guys about the Weight Magic Candy Chews, the Weight Magic Weight Loss Chews, and the Drink to Shrink, guys. I've never seen candy that or ran across any candy that helps you lose weight. And the thing of it is, it's two different flavors, right? It's salted caramel and it's raspberry cream, all right? And when I tell you the candy is so good, Lord have mercy. I've been talking to people all day, and I know this doesn't have anything to do with this, but I've been talking to people every day, and I'm like, normally what I do is if someone orders only Drink to Shrink a certain amount of it, or they order the 3-day capsule system, I will send them candy so they can taste the candy at least. And would you believe that I gave away so much candy, I was completely out myself. This is the salted caramel, guys. This is the salted caramel. And it is so delicious. I can't eat it on live. I can't eat it while I'm talking to you because I gotta talk to you guys real quick. But also, the one thing I want you guys to understand about the candy, and I don't have it in the slide, but this candy, when I included this candy along with the Drink to Shrink, because I've been drinking the Drink to Shrink for a minute. Hey guys, how are you? Hello, Instagram. When I started drinking Drink to Shrink, it was just Drink to Shrink. Then I added the weight loss candy. Y'all, I went to a size 10 so fast. My I s- the fat areas, my belly, my sides, my back. When I tell you I am unbigging this back, at first I didn't even like the way it sounded. Well, who unbigs their back? Me, me. So what I want to tell y'all is this. I'm gonna be real quick. The candy, y'all. It's the candy. It is the candy. So it's juice, it's candy, it's very, very easy. This is a system where, when you decide that you want to let me see what's going on with this thing. All right, here we go. So when you decide that you want to lose the weight, and it's basically like by any means necessary, that's what you do, right? That's exactly what you do. And it's weight magic benefits. Okay, these are the benefits of the weight magic candy. It decreases your appetite, cravings, it boosts your metabolism, and that's what's crazy about it, and turns on the thermogenesis state, which what that means is it burns fat, burns the fat. It boosts your metabolism. Okay. It starts burning fat, y'all. And that's one of the things when you're 52 and things start slowing down and you start going through menopause. Oh my goodness. But I want to tell y'all something. I'm 52. Not one, not one. I have not experienced one hot flash, not one. And I bet some of you ladies are like, well, I'm sure it's coming. Well, it might be, but I haven't experienced it yet. And I am in full blown um, menopause. That's what's up. When you go through menopause, when you're in menopause and you're not having the hot flashes, that's what's up. Okay, so it also helps to block the sugar, block sugar conversion to body fat, and it helps to improve insulin sensitivity. It also helps to improve cardiovascular and blood sugar health. Okay, that probably caught the eyes and the ears of those of you who are diabetic, or you may not be diabetic, but you may be borderline diabetic, right? So if that is you, I want you to hear me when I say this. I was on earlier with Miss Maria, and she told us that now her numbers have gone way down. She eats the candy because it helps her numbers. So it's a candy, but it doesn't increase her numbers. It decreases her numbers. Her She said one day her numbers were really low, and she ate the candy, and it brought her numbers to a healthy state. If her numbers are high, she'll eat the candy, and her numbers will be regulated. So, and like I said, I don't know anything about being diabetic. Just in case, I don't know anything about being diabetic, but I do know this. She told Miss Maria told us earlier that the weight magic candy helps with diabetics. Okay, it helps. It keeps the blood. It helps to keep the food from turning into body fat. It simply puts it straight into the thermogenesis state. All right, so let me keep going. It's fast acting weight management candy, which is something we've never heard of, but it works. Made with all natural, safe, clinical ingredients. It's like I said, this is the salted caramel, and there's also the raspberry cream. Those are the flavors, just two flavors, and you get 15 of each. So it's low fat. Well, Roz, it has no fat in it, low fat. Is it gluten? No. Does it have, what about the sodium? Very low sodium. Is it MSG? No MSG, no artificial sweeteners either, y'all. So many of you are also wondering, like, okay, well, tell me a little bit about the Drink to Shrink, because you're talking about the Drink to Shrink, how it helped you go from a size 22 to a 10, how it took away the cravings of the Pepsi. It took away the cravings of the food addictions that I had, which was Snicker, Lay's potato chips, fudge rounds. So listen to this, the ingredients, the 9 herbs of the Drink to Shrink, y'all. The 9 herbs: persimmon leaf, holy thistle, malva leaf, marshmallow leaf, blessed thistle, papaya, ginger, chamomile, myrrh. Sounds like something that came out of the Bible, right? Exactly. That's what I thought. So the thing about the Drink to Shrink. So let me tell y'all this. When you drink the Drink to Shrink, all of those herbs, they they have a particular benefit. They between respiratory, um inflammation, IBS. I don't even want to start naming everything. Diabetic, high blood pressure, cardiovascular, gout, you name it, arthritis, you name it, and it helps with it. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Parasites, worms, all of those different things help. That's what the Drink to Shrink does. I mean, it just does what it does. So how in the world did it help me with those? What First of all, I you I'm not even going to tell you how it helped me, but I'm gonna tell you what I used to do in the car. I would be on my way home from either running an errand or doing something, or it could have been a job. I would stop by the grocery store, and I would go in there. I'd get me one Pepsi, one Snicker, a box of fudge rounds. And I didn't have to get a fudge round every single day because I had a box. And then I got the potato chips, the Lay's potato chips. Go in the store, get it purchased, go back to the car. Y'all, I would get in my car, pull up to the top of the drive to the top of the parking lot, sit there, and I would eat that candy like this. I would be like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? And all that time, every time I did it, I didn't even I didn't even know that something was wrong with me. I didn't even know that something was wrong with me. And I'm just eating it greedily, greedily. Like, aren't you even embarrassed? Like, Roz, aren't you even embarrassed? And for a long time, I didn't even know if I should be embarrassed, because that was just the way I was. That was just the way I would, th- because I had been eating it like that so long. I had been eating it like that for so long, so long. And it just helped me. It just helped me. A few other benefits of the drink to shrink is it's all natural herbal infusion, 100% organic, caffeine free. It's a natural detox tea and it's a weight management tea. So the results, guys, the results is what many of us have been able to experience. I know for myself, I went from a size 22 to a 10. Amy lost all of her muffin top. And then we've got Raquel. She actually she used the candy. She did the test. She used the candy for 30 straight days and went down 2 sizes. 30 days and went down 2 sizes just from eating the candy. Just from eating the candy. And we've had people like Kelly, whose stomach was just protruding, and she started drinking the drink and she started eating the candy. One of the team members actually said, "Listen, are you pregnant?" And she was like, "No, I'm not pregnant." So she decided to do something about it. And now that big belly is gone. And then we've got Miss Charlene, where she's 66 years old, and you could tell in her face how much she's lost. I mean, it looks like she really lost maybe 20. I know she lost at least 20 pounds. And then you've got Erica. Erica just she was really curvy and she just decided, I've got to do something about this. I've got to get this extra weight off of me, this extra weight. And there's so many different other people on our team and different friends of ours who have lost weight. And you know what? One of the things I like about it, that I really like about the tea, the drink to shrink, the reverse aging um properties. I don't even know what properties they are. I just know it does. I just know that it makes us look younger instead of older, because I'm looking at some of these pictures and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we actually de-aged, y'all." I mean, it's crazy. And when I think about everything that we have decided to do with our health and everything that we've decided to do just to just go all in to make ourselves back healthy again. I mean, how can you say no to yourself? So, when you first got on here, I told you, you're going to leave here with a decision. Either your decision is going to be life or your decision is going to be death. And I know that sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh. It's almost like I don't even want to get on and hear what she has to say about life or death because it sounds so bad. But can I tell you something? That's how it was with me. It was either going to be life if I could stay alive those next couple of days, or it was going to be death for me. And you know why I had to stay in the hospital? The doctors came in and they said, "Rosalind, first of all, we don't understand why you're still alive because in the past, the blockage that you have is one that will be catastrophic should you have this heart attack." The other thing was if if you do have the heart attack, like I said, it's going to be catastrophic. But if you're here in the hospital, we will be able to keep your body alive until your family says goodbye. That's what they led with. That's what they led with. They led with if you stay alive, if you are alive, we'll do the surgery. And the surgery is easy. To them, they laughed about it. They said it's like making a bologna sandwich, just fried. And then they said, but if you don't, we can at least, because if you go home, you don't even have a chance of staying alive if you have the heart attack. If. So I'm laying up in the hospital with all these probes and prods and everything hooked up to my heart, everything, all these different things that going in these deep veins that hurt really, really bad. So it's not just about getting your chest cut open so they can go in there and do the work and do what they need to do. Because when anytime you have this type of surgery, there's a 50-50 chance you will not make it just because they cut your body open. It is what it is. So when you leave here tonight, which one are you going to choose? And I hope that you choose life. I hope that you choose today to do something about your health. I hope you choose today. I'm about to get it together. I don't want the candy, but I want to drink the shrink so I can get this on the road. Maybe you do need the candy because if you're eating things you shouldn't be eating, the appetite suppressant is going to keep you from doing it. The cravings, the candy is going to keep you from doing that. A lot of people, let me ask y'all a serious question. Facebook, Instagram, y'all answer this for me real quick. Do you have cravings of bad things? Cookies, potato chips, um, candies, cupcakes, cake? Do you have those type of cravings? Let's be honest. Whether it's Snicker, whether it's Skittles, it could be Twix, it could be Three Musketeer, it could be a Heath bar. What do you have any of those? Hello, Monica. Do you have any of those? Do you have any of those to where you really, it's hard. It is very hard trying to kick a habit that's not a habit, but it's hard because you're now addicted. See, what we forget is this: we're addicted. So the same way people get addicted to alcohol, the same way people get addicted to um, drugs, the same way people get addicted to cigarettes, it's the same thing. We have food addictions, and that's where the drink to shrink comes in, and it cuts it off. It removes that portion out of your body so that you're no longer wanting that. That's what the drink to shrink does. So it doesn't just keep you in the bathroom, which is what a lot of people are saying. Well, it keeps me in the bathroom. No, that's because that's because you probably got 20 pounds of fecal matter in there that you need to remove. I don't even want to talk about the 20 pounds of waste that can be stored in your colon. We're not even talking about that. We're simply talking about this cutting the cravings out. This stopping you from eating those things that you shouldn't have. Like literally, I can't remember the last time I had a Snicker. I haven't had Pepsi in so long, and when I do have it, it is so nasty. Lay's potato chips, I don't know what they did, but I still like potato chips. But I don't eat them like I did before. Fudge rounds. I can go to the store and get groceries without even purchasing anything that's all that candy. When you walk up to the front, you got all that candy. I don't even have to go down the cookie aisle because of this. So you get to decide. You get to decide. And here's what I want to let you guys know before we get off of here tonight. You know, you can always get drink to shrink for $25. You can always get two for $25. This is what you'll get. You'll get two of these for $25. But for a limited time, normally one bag of the weight loss candy is $100. But today, we got 4 more hours. We got until 12. You can get 2 bags of the weight loss candy, along with 4 weeks of Drink to Shrink, y'all. 4 weeks of Drink to Shrink for only $99. Message me so I can help you get yours ordered before midnight. Midnight is the absolute cutoff, okay? So either you can get it tonight, you get the 2 bags of drink, you get the 2 bags of the candy, it's 30 in each bag, and you could that'll give you that you'll be able to have 2 a day. Sometimes you can eat more if you want to, but that'll give you 2 a day, and then the 4 weeks of the Drink to Shrink for only $99, where normally it's 100 for 1 bag and 150 for 2 bags. And then the Drink to Shrink. The Drink to Shrink is also it basically with this $99, you get the Drink to Shrink for free. Because the Drink to Shrink for 4 of them for a month supply is $40. So you get that for free. So just go ahead, message me. You can DM me, or you can contact me on Facebook, or you can send me a text, however you want, and I will respond to you so that you can go ahead and get set up. Because guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm living. I'm living. And I hope you choose life. I hope you choose life. Because let me tell you, I just hope you choose life. All right. Okay, guys, listen, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thanks for joining. I'll see you guys later. Good night, Facebook.